Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Good morning, dear devotees. Today we are starting a new book, The Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, the Golden Avatar, by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The prologue is reprinted from Chaitanya, His Life and Precepts by Srila Thakur Bhakti Vinoda, Calcutta, India, 1895. Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Itinamine. We offer our respectable obeisances unto His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who is very dear to Lord Krishna on this earth due to his taking shelter onto the Lord's lotus feet. We prostrate ourselves at the lotus feet of our beloved spiritual master and offer his treasured book to His Divine Grace on our bowed heads. We came to him looking for broken pieces of glass, and he has bestowed upon us a priceless gem. He has opened our eyes, which are blinded by darkness of atheism, mental speculation, and sense gratification, to the glorious light of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His transcendental words are seeds which in our heart have bloomed onto the perfection of human life, the discovery that God lives and that we can live with Him, Krishna consciousness. Dedicated to sacred service of Srila Sachinandana Bhakti Vinod Thakura, who initiated the teachings of Lord Chaitanya in Western world, McGill University, Canada, in 1896, the year of birth. A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Acknowledgement. My thankful acknowledgement is due to Sriman Brahmananda Brahmachari, Sriman Gargamuni Brahmachari, and Sriman Satyavrata Brahmachari for their financial help for this publication. And I beg to thank Sriman Raya Rama Brahmachari, Sriman Sattvarupa Brahmachari, and Sriman Madhusudana Brahmachari for editing and typing the manuscript, and Sriman Gaurasundar Das Adhikari and his good wife Srimati Govinda Dasi, who are always engaged to see my personal comforts, and I am so much obligated to them for their drawings, all the nice pictures contained in this great publication. All glories to the devotees engaged in the matter of Krishna consciousness. I am sure that Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will bestow his causeless mercy upon everyone who is engaged in publishing the cause of Krishna consciousness by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The author A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami was born as Abhay Charan De on September 1, 1896 in Calcutta. In 1920, he finished his education majoring in philosophy, English, and economics at the University of Calcutta. Because of his involvement in Gandhi's national non-cooperation movement, however, he rejected any formal diploma. Soon afterward, Abhay Charnade took up the duties of manager of a large chemical concern. Then in 1922, he met His Divine Grace Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, the founder of 64 Gaudiya Vaishnava Maths in India, Berlin, and London. His Divine Grace liked this educated young man and injected in him the idea of preaching Lord Chaitanya's message all over the world. At Allahabad in 1933, Abhay Charandev was formally initiated in 1936, just days before His Divine Grace's departure from this mortal world. He was specifically ordered to spread Krishna consciousness in the English language and to the West. Thus, Back to Godhead magazine was started in 1944 with Abhay Charandev serving as editor-in-chief. Back to Godhead is now being published monthly in America by his American disciples. The Gaudiya Vaishnava Society recognized him as Bhaktivedanta in 1947. In 1954, he became Vanaprastha. Retired from family life in 1959, he took sannyasa, the renounced order of the spiritual life, and is known as A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami. In September 1965, at the advanced stage of 70, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami arrived in New York to fulfill his master's sacred mission. Immediately, young Americans were attracted to him, and in 1966 July, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness was formally incorporated. A.C. Bhakti Siddhanta Swami is the author of remarkable Bhagavad Gita as it is published in 1968 by Macmillan Company. Presently, he is working on his masterpiece, a projected 60 volumes work for translation and elaborate commentary of the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3 volumes of which have been already published. He has also recorded a unique 33 1 by 3 RPM record album of the mystical mantra Hare Krishna entitled Krishna Consciousness, which has met the extraordinary popularity in India and America. This book is written in 1968, so I think we should be reading in that mode so we understand. So, preface. There is no difference between the teachings of Lord Chaitanya presented here and the teachings of Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. The teachings of Lord Chaitanya are practical demonstration of teaching of Lord Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, the last word of the Lord is that everyone should surrender unto him, Lord Krishna, and that he will take immediate charge of such a surrendered soul. The Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is already in charge of the maintenance of this creation by the virtue of his plenary expansion, Shirodayaka Vishnu. But such maintenance by Lord is not specific. When therefore the Lord takes charge, it means that he takes direct charge of a pure devotee. A pure devotee is a soul ever surrendered unto the Lord, like a child to his parent, or an animal to its master. The surrendering process is manifest in 6 different stages, namely, 1. To accept the things favorable for discharging the devotional service, to reject the things unfavorable, to believe firmly in the Lord's protection, to feel exclusively dependent on the mercy of the Lord, have no interest separate from interest of the Lord, always feel oneself meek and humble. Therefore, Lord Krishna demanded that one surrender unto him through the above mentioned 6 phases of surrendering process. But the less intelligent class of men, so called scholars of the world, misunderstood these demands of the Lord and thus misguided the general mass of people to reject them. In the Bhagavad Gita, at the end of 9th chapter, the Lord directly orders one to always think of him, become his devotees, worship him only, offer obeisances unto him only, and by doing so, one is sure to come to him in his transcendental abode. This is from Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, 34 verse. But so-called scholarly demons misguided the mass of people, directing them not to surrender like that, so the personality of Godhead, but rather to the impersonal, non-manifested, eternal, unborn truth. The Mayavadi, impersonalist philosophers don't accept that the last word in the matter of understanding the absolute truth is Supreme Personality of Godhead. If one desires to understand the sun as he is, one faces first of all the sunshine, then the sun globe, and at last, if one is able to enter into that globe, there is the possibility of seeing face to face the predominating deity of the sun. The Mayavadi philosophers, due to the full fund of knowledge, cannot go beyond the Brahman effulgence, which is like the sunshine. The Upanishads confirm that one has to penetrate the dazzling effulgence of Brahman, and then one can see the real face of the personality of Godhead. Lord, Lord Chaitanya therefore teaches directly that one has to worship Lord Krishna, who appeared as the foster child of King of Vraja. He also recommends that the place known as Vrindavan is as good as Lord Krishna because the Lord Krishna, being the absolute truth, the personality of Godhead, there is no difference between his name, quality, form, pastimes, entourage, and paraphernalia. Lord Chaitanya also recommended that the mode of worshipping the Lord is the highest perfectional stage in this the method of worship conceived by the damsels of Vraja. The damsels of Vraja, the gopis, simply loved the Krishna without any motive for material or spiritual gain. He also recommended that Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless narration of transcendental knowledge, and the highest gain in the human form of the life is to develop unalloyed love for Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead. I think we can stop here. Just trying to. So we just started a new book, Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. It's a golden avatar and written by His Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada has done referred the book Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, written by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, and uh, we started the preface. Lord Chaitanya is not different from Lord Krishna, who taught us Bhagavad Gita, and also the surrendering process of a pure devotee here, like a 6 steps of surrendering is accepting the things favorable, rejecting unfavorable, believing in the Lord, fully depend on mercy of the Lord, and no separate interest, from the interest of the Lord, and always oneself feel the humble. So if one surrender unto Him, this 3 6 process, one can understand the Lord and go back home to that Krishna's abode. And also the Mayavadi, uh, philosophers only believe in the Brahman effulgence form, which is not the perfect realization. So they only have a partial realization of the God. They don't understand the Lord and Lord's, personal form. So I think we can stop here and we can start tomorrow. Okay, we can continue reading.